Today I'm going to show you how to make custom kits for Galaxy. Well, firstly we're going to need all the software we'll be using. All links to the software I'll be using can be found in the description below. Today I'll be using Affinity Photo and Carameru. Before we start using anything, we want to make sure that we have all of our files ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click and dump ROM-FS. Once dumped, now that we have our files here, we're going to focus on two files today. That being the IE6_A and B. Right click on the desktop, make a new folder. Today we're going to be using the desktop to store everything in. And name this folder whatever you want, something you want. Maybe we'll call it... We'll name it after the kit we'll be making today. So today we're going to be making the Spain kit from Orion. Now that that's made, all you do is drag and drop these files into the folder. And I'm just going to delete all of this to save myself a couple of space. Excellent. Next we're going to open Carameru. And inside Carameru we're going to go to open. And then find your folder that you've put these two files in and open the IE6_B file. If you want to make this process go quicker, all you can do is inside the Spain kit folder here, you just want to click on the application you want to, open, and this should open with this here. All you're going to do is look for Carameru. If it doesn't show up in this little section here, you could go to look for another app on this PC, locate Carameru's directory where you've saved the Carameru folder, and select the application there. Make sure always use app to open.fa files is checked, and then you should be good to go. You can open up these files without having to, go into the directory all the time and, open from there. Just a little bit easier to make, make our lives a bit easier. Okay, so from here, we go into data. Now this opens up a whole new world of files here. So we're looking for the football kits, which are in the character folder inside model. Now we want to make sure that both the in-game folder and the animation folder have the kit textures. So we're going to need to do a lot of copying and replacing. So inside, we'll focus on the Waza folder, which is the animation folder. We'll focus on this just now. And inside that, you go to body. And in here is all of the football kits that are available. Now, note that the kits, all of the football kits that are available in the game end about here. Right, so about 361 is where this is all the kits that are available in the game. Anything past 361 is different file. Like the Earth 11 tracksuit, the Rymon 11 uniform, and every single file from the previous Go games are in here as well, which doesn't complicate things. But if you're new to this and you're just seeing this for the first time, what you should know is this, the UAA section here, this is separated in, this is code, we'll call it code, right? So what it is this is the U, so that U is the type of file, right? Is the kit texture. The A part here is the body build for the different types of characters. So you've got your normal, big, small, lanky, all that type of things. That's determined by the middle A here, and the other A, the one at the end, is the home or away kit, keeper or field. So A is home field player, B is keeper or home keeper kit, C is away field player, and D is goalkeeper away kit. Those letters are really important because you need to know what type of kit you are going to be replacing. You don't want to replace a field texture with a goalkeeper texture kind of thing, That will complicate a lot of things. So We want to find a kit that would be most beneficial to replace for Spain's kit. So one thing to note on how I like to do things is I like to do a bit of research on the kit that I'm making. In this case, it's Spain's Orion kit. So right here, I have a little popped up window of the very first Japan-Spain game. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to briefly go through the episode and look for the kit and try and get as much information as I can on like the details. So it seems like the kit is pretty nice. It's got a nice split here, so we can do this no problem. I don't care about this man being injured. On the sleeves is an interesting one. If I can find that thing again. God damn it. I've lost it. There's a good angle of the socks, so it's just a simple case of yellow with a black stripe. I've done that kit. Here we go. So it seems like the sleeves have a kind of a crescent, two crescents on them. Nothing like the Japan kit where it's got a little bar underneath here. It's just plain black with two crescents. That's doable, and the badge as well. We need to find a close-up, probably of Clario. He seems to be the guy, not him. You can't really make this out, can you? Here's a good shot of the logo. So what we'll do is we'll use... I know exactly what kit we're going to be using for this. So what you would want to do is you want to look through the different types of files and pick a kit that you would like to replace. There's different types of kits you can replace, and I'm going to show you inside of the game itself what I mean by that. So the different types of kits is you have your standard kit with the collar. This means that you would have a collar that you need to texture and color. So as well, there's also a badge kit as well, which has the badge for the kit. Not all kits like Fire Dragon here, they don't have either a collar nor a badge, so they're probably ideal for this type of kit. Same with Big Waves, Shamshir, Muay Tigers. All the international kits are fine. But we want to focus on the golden oldies kit. Reason being, it doesn't have a collar, but it does have a badge. We want to make sure that we have a badge because the Giants do have a badge. So now that we've got our kit and we know what kit we're going to be using, what we're going to do is come out and look for the kit in the files. Now, the Golden Oldies actually are quite early in the first Go game, so they're quite near the top of the list. Fortunately, I know what they are. It's number 21. So now that you've got your file, what you want to do is right-click, click Extract, go make a folder, call it Field Player, so you know that this is the field players that for the kits that you're retexturing. You don't want to have lapping textures because they're going to be called the same thing. And it's confusing, it's messy, and you want to make sure it's all like contained and neatly organized. So we're going to call it field because it's the field players, and just save it in there. Extracted successfully, good. We'll minimize Karamari for now. And inside the field folder, we'll have the file we've just made. Open it with Karamaru. If you just click it, and this pop-up will appear. If Karamaru isn't already highlighted, you know how to do it again. Just go look for more. If it's not in this area here, look for this app on PC. Make sure this box is checked, and then click onto it. Will open up here. Now, what we want to do is we want to right-click here, click Extract on this file here. Just save it where it was. That has been extracted successfully. Good stuff. What we want to do here is same again. Double click on it. This should appear. This time you're looking for cookie. Find cookie. Again, same process for Karamaru. If it's not in this, if it's not in any of these options, look for this other app on PC. Make sure that's checked, and then you're good to go. So inside here, here's the golden oldies kit. Now what we want to do is export PNG, click save, and then we have a PNG of our kit. There you go. Now what we're going to do is open up Affinity Photo, and inside Affinity Photo you want to click File, click Open, and open up your PNG texture, and this will appear. Okay, so one thing to go over with the kits and how they work. These are divided into quarters. It doesn't look, it's not even at all, but it is in quarters. So you've got your top here, your sleeve here, under the sleeve is there. This is space for collar. If it's grey, it's nullified, so that's great, we don't need it. This is your sock, and this is your shorts. Another thing to note is if a kit has a badge, it will appear up here. And what I've already went and done is I've went and made myself I took a screenshot of Spain's kit with the badge, and what I did was I used the pen tool here, and just traced over it so that it looks like that, and I've got quite a similar result. So now that that's there, we go Control C, back into our texture, Control V, and then there is our texture. I'm going to hide this for now because I don't want it shown. So Spain's kit is pretty bare bones for the most part. It's got two triangles that will overlap. So what we're going to do for that is pen tool again, essentially. So it starts, there's a little gap, so it starts from here and then goes here and then goes here. Then we'll drag it along the bottom here, and we've got a full shape. Now we do actually want to make a triangle, because how this works is this is just one side of the kit. It uses a technique known as mirroring. So because it's just halved, what it'll do is it will take this half of the texture and then mirror it around the other half of the model, so that it looks like it's full. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you've got this first half here and then the back half as well, because this is just I think this is the right hand side of the texture. So now that we've got our model here, I actually like getting the colors from the the screenshot I've got here. So this uses the same yellow as the triangles, so I'm going to color pick that, go back into my texture, and then just do that. Now it looks kind of ugly just now, and yes it will, but with a bit of playing about we'll get that fixed. It's not to worry. In fact, for now we could probably do a bit of mumbo jumbo, but I'm not going to do that. So there is a bit of space in between, so I'm going to go in this line here, and if you don't have snapping on your program, this might be a bit difficult to do, but you'll just need to use your eyes, is my advice to that. So I'd say about here's enough, and then we're going to just make another triangle here. At this time we're going to go back the way, so I'd say about here. That's fine. Oh, that might have not, that was nowhere near. There we go. Now what we can do with that is probably just bring it up a bit, so that the little gap is a bit more seeable, and then we just make the same thing there. So that's the first part. That's the main part done. It looks ugly and it's not right aligned because, you know, there's still textures behind there. We're gonna make them. So don't worry about that. But for now, what we can do is make the rest of this texture, get rid of this kind of collar part here because there isn't one for Spain. So I'm going to use this tool called the Painting Brush tool. I don't actually think any of the softwares other than Photoshop have this. So if you don't actually have this, you might struggle with this part. So I would recommend just chipping in for Affinity Photo at this point. To be honest, it's it's a one-time fee, so it is actually better than Photoshop, believe it or not. In my opinion, anyway, this is all opinionated, obviously. But you know, I would recommend Affinity Photo. It's a one-time payment, and you get a beautiful array of tools that just like Photoshop. You know, it's great. So before I actually do that, what I'm going to do is highlight. Oh, that's a circle. With the rectangular tool, is highlight the entire kit, the top kit here, so that it's all highlighted. Make sure it's all good. See, it's all good there. And what I'm going to do is take the Painting Brush tool and oh, that's not the right. That was just not right at all. And with the background pixel selected, I'm going to go over this area here. And I'm going to go over this area here. Oh, that's a bit dodgy. Okay, that didn't quite work, so you will retry that. I left a little bit there. How's that happened then? There we go. There we go. And take out that as well. We don't need that. So now that we have a plain shirt, essentially we've got a plain shirt now. What we're going to do is I'm going to go on adjustments and I'm going to click on the recolor option. Now this looks kind of ugly. It's alright. We're just going to turn the saturation down and the lightness down as well to about, that seems like enough. Then what I'm going to do is get a bit of texture on this. So I'm going to select, or can I select? I can. So what I'm going to do there, right, is select this layer here while this pixel area is selected and go to recolor again. And then because I've got this little color swatches lined up with this, I can just type in 46, 81, and I don't tend to mess. I just don't mess around with this. I'm actually going to get rid of that and bring this up so we can see it a bit better. So as you can see, it actually looks like it's a part of the kit now. Obviously, we'll need to. Actually, I think if you just play around with it, it's fine on its own. But because it's dark, we need to do that. I think that looks good. So what I would actually do is I would probably highlight this one as well, and add to the recolor. So what I'll do is I'd recolor again and just nope, it's 46. And a good thing about Affinity is that you can go to this section here, check what you've did. So 98 and 32, go back, and it's all saved. So 90 and 32, was it? Yeah, 32. Great, now that that's done, we can drag that up. And there she be. There is the first part of that sorted. Now we just need our little logo and just drag it down a little bit so it goes round about here. I'll shrink it more. Goes to the top. And that's the first part done. We have smashed that. I'd say that looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to move on to the sleeve, which is the second hardest part because it has two crescents. Not to worry. Now, the sleeve of Spain doesn't have any like details here, so there's no white pattern, there's no, you know, any bars or whatnot, any hoops. So what I like to do in response to that is I like to take the whole thing. Oh, that is a line. I like to take the whole thing. Or I don't like to take the whole thing, sorry. I'd like to take the texture here and just resize it over. Oh, that's a text. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, point is, that's all covered now. So, what we're going to do now is click on this recolor. So it's 64. Click on recolor. Oh, that's the full thing. So while this is selected, we'll recolor and do 64. And then a 0 there. Oh, should probably mention it was negative 64, shouldn't have. There we go. Now that's looking better. Although I don't quite know. Oh, that's just transparency. That'll be fine. That'll be fine in the post. Now we want two crescents on this, and they're quite big from the looks of things. If you can have a look here, they're quite big here. But the one inconsistency is that it's curving down the way in some scenes and curving up the way in other scenes. Let's see if we can get. Oh, that's noise. There we go. We can get a bit. Okay, so it's clearly curving down and it's quite big as well. So it'll take the whole thing. Is my assumption there. So from there, what I'll do is I could probably just go into the shapes section here and use a crescent. And crescent, kind of like that. That looks actually pretty good. Just do that. Then once we've got our shape, we'll do a Control C and bring it down. That looks pretty good. Obviously, I might judging by see how accurate it is. It's quite a big gap. So what I'll do is I'll grab this crescent and move it up a bit, and then grab this crescent and move it down just a little bit. So there we have the two crescents. If you just use a crescent tool, magic things happen, you know. Now, before I move on to shorts, I'm just going to say that this little under section here just can be greyed as well. Oh, the one complaint I have about this software is it keeps changing my tools. I don't like changing my tools, so just grab this section here and just we don't do that. We go to adjustments, recolor, turn that down, and then we don't want to do the exact same number, so 50 will do, you know, because we actually do want to see it, you know, the underside. It's meant to be darker, but I'm not trusting it because of the nullified space down here. Now, shorts. Shorts are easy. What we're going to do is find a... Here we go. There's a picture of my man on a stretcher here. So what I'm going to do is find your image you want to take and then take a screenshot, obviously, you know. Copy it. And then in file, copy from clipboard, takes you to this section here. So I'm going to use the color dropper and grab a piece of that from there. Yeah, okay, so we're just going to highlight the, oh, maybe we're not. Again, and it really annoys me that. I'm going to highlight the entire shorts area here. Then go to adjustments. You get the idea now, don't you? Recolor. I'm going to do this. So we're on 1. We're on 68. Oh, we're on 68. And then up here is kind of where it was. Sometimes it's not accurate with its depiction. So I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. So we're already kind of, you know, you can see the it contrasts where if it, you know, with the logo, kind of looks roughly the same. If not, we can just change the color of that and it'll be fine. But because I got a screenshot there, I've also got a perfect view of the socks, which is perfect. So all it is there is we just do a rectangle tool. And, oh no, we don't do a rectangle tool at all. Do you know why? Because we can just select a section here. We'll say that, and then we will adjustments, recolor, turn that down, -64. Perfect. Then we are going to, I'm going to go on the mode here, select add, select the top part, and then go all the way down. Oh, forgot that part. That's kind of important. Select the bottom part here. So both are selected and the bar isn't. Here, go to adjustments, color, or recolor, sorry. And then this time it's bright yellow in contrast to this. So I'm just going to go here and grab the color again. Do that. Click on here. 80, or if I would go 45 first, that would probably be better. 45, 80, and we will move this up a wee bit. I kind of don't want it to be too bright because this is still, you know, kind of darkened a wee bit. Or what I could do actually is keep it the way it was, so brighten that up to about 26. Now, I didn't actually go through this, but it's fine. What we can do as a solution to how dark this has become is select both of them. With both selected, so how you would do that is you would do Shift, Control, and click both of them. So they're both selected now. Then go to Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, and then turn it up from there. There you go. There's a bit. There you go. Look at that. That looks a lot better. And that is a successful kit, I'd say. We have managed to make that pretty good. So that's how you would make the kit texture. From there, what we're going to do is export. Click over and make sure you save it over the... you don't need to do that, but I like to do it because I'm not going to use the old texture. So we'll do that. Come out of Affinity Photo. Click on the XI file for the original. Click on the new file you've got. Drag and drop. There you go. Click save. It'll take a while to save. Usually it doesn't, but you know, it'll be fine. Now that it's saved, you can come out of that. Now go inside the XC file. Right click, replace on the 000 and replace it with the 000 and then click save. That's great. Now I'm only going to do I'm just going to show you one of the field players. If you want a full tutorial on how to make the entire Spain kit, let me know in the comments, and I'll do that for you as well. And I'll also release it as a part of a mod in that video too. So let me know in the comments if you would like to see that. With that done, go into, if you remember, if you hadn't closed this section here, good. What I'm going to do is, for this tutorial, I'm actually going to make a backup. Oh, I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to. For this tutorial, I'm just going to replace the Golden Oldies kit. So replace that with the new Golden Oldies, we'll call them. And it's been replaced. Cool. Save. This will take quite a while because of all the files it's going over and rewriting and saving. Give it a minute. Once it saves, you'll know when it saves because everything will be unpacked. So all of this will be back into into like it's how you opened it kind of thing. So that's when it's saved, and we can close it and all that good stuff. So while we're waiting, it's a good thing to point out why I decided I told you to take this out. I told you to take this out because this is the file that you use to change the text on the screen to the text you would want it to be. This is so if you want the Spain kit, so it would be instead of the golden oldies, you would have to come out and do this type in Spain kit. I will do that in a much more depth video at a later time, but for now we're just focusing on how to change a kit's texture. So as you can see, you can tell it's saved because everything's been unpacked and all that, and that's you're good to go. You can click X on there, and from there what you do is you would take these, just take this file and put it into your mod folder. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to actually go in here and then open mods location, and inside this directory I'm going to take this and drag and drop. Okay, now that it's in, we're good to boot it up, and we can see our magnificent masterpiece. Home, organize, and we'll check Faye. And as you can see, Barcelona orb, not Barcelona orb, what am I talking about? This is the Spain kit. One thing you'd note, I would probably turn down these a little bit, but other than that, I'd say that's a big success. It looks dead like it. Yeah. So with that said, if you found this helpful at all, please leave a like and consider subscribing for more tutorials in the future. I do have a lot planned. If you have any questions about actually doing the textures, let me know in the comments, or if you see me on Discord, just let me know. My Discord information will be in the description as well if you're a newcomer. But with that said, I'm off.